Alright folks, okay, so I'm getting tidied up. I'm going to do a lot of cutting and grinding in here, which, you know, shouldn't be mixed up with making things out of foam for casting. So before I get all my foam packed away, I just made this, which is the starter handle for the Star LT1 that I'll be messing around with. Okay, when it's mounted on the concrete vibrator bench, I'm going to have to start it from this end, and I haven't got a starter handle that'll work there. So, this is basically a copy of a pedestal starter handle. We'll have a little ratcheting pull that'll get fixed in here, made out of steel. Obviously, can't do that in alley, won't work. So yeah, it's just a fun little shape to see what would happen with the casting. First things first, you know, a couple of you pointed out I really should have cut this bottle I did in half so that you could see the shoulders, see how well they turned out. I you know, obviously had my finger in there. There's a slight bleb. I mean, there might even be sand that's cut up in there, but it's pretty much perfect. But we'll cut it open. I have to, don't I? Yeah, you're right. So yeah, this is the bottle I made last time. Let's cut it open first and see what it looks like inside. Amazing! It really is amazing. Look. Look how well those shoulders filled out. All because we put a bit of vibration on the bucket full of sand. I didn't show you the vibration setup in that video. It all got a bit disjointed. I first started off using the concrete poker, yeah, which was an absolute handful and a bit of a nightmare. Right now I've just got a vibrating motor stuck to the side of the bucket, and that's what I used on this one. They both work the same, just the vibrating motor means I don't have a 6-foot flexi shaft and drill poking out the top. Pretty perfect, eh? Yeah, nice crisp corners. You know, this is the whole point of this bottle test anyway. So doing this starter handle shouldn't be anywhere near as demanding. Yeah, there we go. The bottle. I need to get better at alley welding so I can stick this back together. Right. Okay. Let's stick this bottle in the sand. No, not a bottle. Starter handle in the sand, and we'll just make this quickly before I tidy up, and then all my casting stuff can go away for a while. Okay, so this is the bucket I've been using. It's just got a knockoff cheap industrial vibrator motor stuck on the side, gaff taped on the side. This thing, you know, I've used this in a dozen projects now. It's actually turned out to be quite a good investment. Everything from sandblasting to parts tumbler to sinking pipes into the ground, and now casting. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool thing. Bucket dances around nicely with it. It does put quite a lot of loading on the part, yeah. So I'm always a little bit nervous of it. You know, once we get this in here with sand around it, of you know, a glue joint breaking or something like that. But it hasn't happened yet. I think we're in about the right sort of place, but obviously I need to get set up with a better bucket that's parallel, still metal obviously, and it's probably mounted underneath or something. That Kelly Caulfield guy, he has his on casters. I like the idea of doing that, and he's built his vacuum setup into the bottom. I'm not up to that level yet, but you know, maybe one day I'll do something similar to what he's done. I had to modify my burner setup. I didn't show that either. So this is just old bottles that I've picked up or been given, and you know, I've got this. They've got that bayonet fitting on top. For some reason, the gas doesn't come out fast enough, so I've enlarged the orifice in the burner. So and because it's lower pressure, it doesn't seem to work on the Venturi. So I've stuck a little blower on it as well. It seems to work okay. Just a bit what? Not ideal. Not as quiet as the previous setup with a natural draft, but it works and it's free, so we'll carry on using this till I run out of gas. Kiln dry sand has to be bone dry, otherwise you know, it's never going to fill up the undercuts and stuff. That bottle definitely wouldn't have worked if there had been any moisture in the sand, would it? Wouldn't have filled out everything. I've done it with moist sand before on simpler shapes. But where's my oh, here. Jeez Louise. Okay. Maybe we'll try and do it at that sort of an angle. Alright. Right, getting things started here is a bit tricky. Oh, okay. And it tries to move around a bit with the vibration as well. Hopefully it stays kind of still. We don't have to go mad with this one because it's not filling up a bottle, is it? Probably touching the edge of the bucket now, isn't it? Need a better bucket. I just realised I put the temperature probe on it. I put the gun showed 820, which, you know, hot enough. but I've done that with the scum on top. Probably not a good idea, is it? Because that, I'm sure, has good insulating value. The fluffy stuff. Seems moist, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, okay, it looks like we've got a good part. There's a potential for some of these cold seam. I still haven't figured out the name of these, where liquid metal meets liquid metal, but it's formed a little bit of a skin in the mould, you know. There's a couple along the back here. It might cause us an issue, but it looks like we've got a good part anyway. Let's I'll wait for it to cool down a bit and then clean it up. Okay, so this part's a long way off being perfect. I've just given it a once over with a flapper disc. What's wrong with it? We've got a bit of distortion here. This has probably happened when I was vibrating the part into the mould. You know, it doesn't take much to put a little bit of a bend like that on a bit of polystyrene, does it? And the other things are the, like I was saying, the cold seams. I think they're called cold seams. Most of them don't matter, but then we've got one that starts here and goes through to there. But yeah, apart from that, it's fine. And I think it'll probably work. It doesn't have to be tremendously strong. This is for starting off the crank end, so I need, you know, half the torque as I would do if I was starting off the camshaft, yeah, right, which is how the engine's set up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the look at the inside of the bottle, and you know, this is just something silly that I'd started working on, and now that I'm tidying up the shed, I don't want to be making loads of sparks and welds with bits of foam floating around. So you'll see the completed handle, I'm sure, at some point, and what I've got things to do now, folks, in it. So take it all easy, and I'll see you all again soon. Alright, cheerio. Oh yeah, I was going to add, the cold seams, we can avoid them. We need to vent to avoid the cold seams. So the idea of that would be if we had, you know, like say a vent over here, if we had the feed in this side and a vent over here, it would encourage all the metal to be flowing in that direction, and then they'd meet here and potentially make a cold seam, but then that cold seam would travel up the vent, I think. So we'd actually get a flow of clean, fresh metal that hadn't been burning stuff out, and the sand's already been heated up, travelling till we go up the vent. So that's, you know, something that I'll bear in mind and do in future, where we've got you know, two different paths for the metal to take. Yeah, that's got to be the way to go, isn't it? All right, okay. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you all later. Yeah, cheerio. Bye.